Hey, I'm Dina from Digital Nomad Coach. I'm here today to talk to people about the joys and why everyone should do or become a digital nomad entrepreneur in 2025. I'm also the founder of the Digital Nomad Lifestyle Group, which is where I wanted to post this video, but Facebook today has just been playing up massively. So now I have to record it on my profile and then move it into the Digital Nomad Lifestyle We Are Freedom Seekers group. If you want to join that group, I'll put a post in the comments. It's like 6,000 people, and it's a great way to mix in with digital nomads, to people who are aspiring to be digital nomads, and just learn more about how you can become one too. Going back to what I do, I'm a digital nomad coach. I've helped people for 11 years start up all different types of online businesses so they can fund their lives and enjoy traveling the world. It's honestly one of the best things I ever did with my life. I really enjoy the people that I get to speak to, and I really enjoy helping people become digital nomads and become their own boss, which is what I'm here to talk to you all today. Like, why is 2025 the year for you to become a digital nomad business owner? And before we go into that, one thing I will say is it's a lot easier and quicker to become a digital nomad entrepreneur, believe it or not, than it is to become a remote employee that gets to travel the world and make enough money to survive. When you're a remote employee, although you can work from anywhere, they say, they usually have these rules where you have to work in the same country as where the company is based, and you still have to work a 9 to 5. But when you're a digital nomad entrepreneur, you run your own business, and yes, you still have to work and you still have to put in the hours, but you can decide when you want to work. You can work in the mornings if you're an early bird, or you can work in the night or the evening when if you're a night owl, or if you prefer somewhere in the middle, like the afternoon, you can work then. You just have to arrange times with your clients, and you have to arrange times with yourself. You have to be on top of your own schedule. So the reason why I think that becoming a digital nomad entrepreneur is the way forward is because you get that freedom, you get that location independence, and you also get the opportunity of an uncapped earning potential, and you can even scale your businesses. But scaling businesses is for another day. That's a whole topic within itself. And this talk is all about how you can start up a remote business that pays you money to be able to do whatever you want and travel wherever you want. So what is a remote business? A remote business is basically a business where you get your clients online. So you can use social media for that. You can use Google. You could use like outreach, so contacting people via email or LinkedIn or Messenger or whatever. And it's the majority of digital nomad businesses tend to be businesses that are online as well. So you can do it from China, from Indonesia, from Panama, from Brazil. You can work anywhere as long as it's got an internet connection. But there are some businesses that aren't necessarily, they are still digital nomad businesses, but they're not based online. So if you were a masseuse, you might spend a season in France in a hotel, and then you might move to like the Caribbean, for example, for a season and still be a masseuse. So that is still a digital nomad job because you're still moving around from season to season, but it's not necessarily the type of business that I find that most digital nomads do. Most digital nomads tend to be people who work online, because that's the easiest way of connecting with as many people as possible, and you're not stuck with the people on the island that you're on or in the resort that you work for. And another digital nomad business that you can do that does hold a physical space but does tend to market itself online is event management. So there are loads of digital nomad companies, different retreat companies, different conference companies, where they have a physical space for a certain amount of time, but then they market online to however many people find their ads or they have on their newsletter, for example. All of which I can help you understand and become a good entrepreneur if that's the decision that you wanted to make. If you wanted to have a retreat business, for example, I do help with that, but it can restrict you because you might have to spend a lot of time in one place just for that work, rather than being able to travel. So it depends on the type of lifestyle that you want. Some people, they like having one place that they visit regularly. For instance, I have a friend, she loves Brazil, so she has an apartment in Brazil, but then she also has like most of her jobs come from Holland, Netherlands, and she also likes going to Portugal. So that's where she spends most of her time. And that's an option for you as well if you wanted to have a physical space and you wanted to get to know people in person rather than just online. So they're your options when it comes to having a remote business. And all of the digital nomad options give you as much freedom as you desire, which is time freedom, so you can work on your own hours. It gives you money freedom because you have that uncapped earning potential that you could potentially do while you scale your business. And it also gives you that location independence. So between different jobs, you can travel, you can do whatever you want, you can work online, and you can see the world if that's what you want to do. But if you don't want to do that, you can also have a business where you get to spend more time with your family and friends. And if you want to work on your own terms and be your own boss and not have to answer to anyone, then that's why having a digital nomad business might be right for you. So where to start? How could you start your digital nomad business? Well, firstly, what you could do is learn a skill. Or you may already have a skill that you are an expert in, or you feel like you know and you could serve it to others and they would appreciate what you offer. And as I said, you can learn a skill like this. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you know already. And you can learn it from YouTube, Udemy. You can hire a mentor or a coach. You could, if for instance you want to learn, you're almost fluent in a language, and you just need to become, for instance, a translator. You could maybe study a language a little bit more to get that extra expertise in that language. So that would be the first thing to do, learn a skill. Once you have a skill, then what I would say is find your potential buyers. So where are the people hanging out, or where will you find people who would be interested in learning from you? For instance, I had a client who can speak fluent Portuguese and speak fluent English and had teaching experience as a teaching English as a foreign language. So he had a TEFL. He then went into Facebook groups and found Digital Nomad Brazil Facebook groups where he could find potential people who were interested in learning Portuguese. And that's where he got clients. So he hung around in different online groups and was able to get clients from that group because they were all interested in learning Portuguese, which he could speak fluently. And that's the second point of why it's important to have a digital nomad business and why it's possible in 2025. More and more people are getting access to the internet. Every corner on earth almost has the internet, especially with Starlink. So you can access more and more people and more of your potential buyers. How cool is that? It's amazing that we have this accessibility. But yeah, so also you don't have to be a professor or have a PhD in Portuguese to be able to teach it. You just need to know it well enough to get clients. If you want to be a coach or a mentor or a consultant, yes, you will have to study, but you don't have to study for 4, 5 years, 6 years to be able to help people. For instance, if you're a mum and you've gone through bringing up a child in pregnancy and you feel confident in your abilities to be a good mum and you know all the tricks and tips going through pregnancy, you could be someone's coach or mentor, and you don't need to necessarily have a qualification to prove that you can do that. You just need to have the skills to be able to teach people and give them the tricks and tips that helped you along the way. So you don't need a prestigious qualification. In some roles, yes, you do, but in other roles, you don't have to. So it depends what you want to do. And if you're not sure what you want to do or you have a few ideas, I do a career assessment call to help people figure out what would be the right business for them. It's over 100 questions. It's a great way to learn about yourself based on your personality, your abilities, your skills, your interests, your passions. We go through everything. And if you're interested in that, just write in the comments. And yeah, I'd be happy to send that across and book a coaching call. All of my coaching is one-to-one, so I spend a lot of time on you, and you don't have to worry about other people. It's just the focus is on you. We do have communities as well, like the Digital Nomad Lifestyle Group, the We Are Freedom Seekers group, the one I was talking about earlier, if you do want to meet people. And we also have a community that we're building that will help people once they've become digital nomads. So stay tuned for that. Once you have the idea in your head of what you want to do, whether that's with me or whether that's a skill that you've learned on the internet, then it's all about building your business. So building a website, building your social media, building your client base, building your newsletter. And that usually takes between 3 to 6 months. And I've even had people get their first client in the space of 5 weeks. So it doesn't necessarily have to be 6 months or 3 months or whatever. You can get clients as soon as you feel comfortable giving and serving clients. So if you wanted help to build a business and to really level up your brand and know how to post on social media and know how to get people interested in what you offer, we can do that with you and help you get the best results as quickly as possible. So if you're interested in that, that's our 3-month course, and we are offering a discount on that as well. If you are interested, just say that you watch this Facebook Live. Why is it the best time to start up a digital nomad business in 2025? Just say that and I'll know, and I can give you a big discount on how to set yourself up with a business and give you a career assessment, so then you know exactly what you're doing. If that interests you, just send me a message on Facebook, write in the comments, or send me an email at Dina, D-I-N-A, at digitalnomad.coach. Okay, thanks for your time, and I will see you in the next live. Cheers.